Hey there and welcome on back. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, absent-minded professor, knives, and all things sharp. Sit on back, grab your pens and paper. Class is about to begin. Today, we're taking a look at another newer knife from Bestech. Yes, Bestech. To be specific, the Bestech Swordfish. But first, before we get to the knife, let's get the syllabus work out of the way, shall we? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Here on Fridays, we do mainly knife reviews, though occasionally we'll do a review of some piece of camping gear or survival gear. Cooking equipment, lights, compasses, that sort of thing. Then on Mondays, we do knife basics, which you really need to know. This video series is aimed mainly at the person new to the world of knives. Helps you understand what we're talking about when we start tossing around some terms. For those of you who have been with us for a while, welcome back. Glad to see you again. Got just one question for you, and yes, you know what it is. Have you subscribed yet? Okay. Yeah, I understand that, but dude, it's not that complicated. You just hit that button right down there that says subscribe. And then you hit the bell right next to it. That way you get notified every time I put up a neat new video. It's a win-win situation, man. You win because you don't miss any of my videos. I win because, well, let's be honest, the more subscribers I have, the easier it is for me to get neat new knives to show you. But enough of this. Let's get on with the knife. If those of you who have watched some of my videos know, I was a little torn by the last two Bestech knives I reviewed. The Warwolf was a good knife. For the price, it did fine. It just didn't, in my opinion, live up to the hype. The Ascot, on the other hand, did fantastic. So, let's see how the Swordfish does, shall we? This is a big knife. It's 5 inches close with a 4-inch blade, satin finish D2. Guess you'd have to call that, I guess I want to call that a spear point. It's not really a drop point, though it's close. It's got almost a false edge on the top. A little too wide to be called a false edge, but it's got the appearance of it. Nice design on the extended tang. Locks up nicely. Good third of the blade is covered. Almost half of the blade is covered by the lock mechanism. Very smooth. As you can see, it's not just opening, but it just floats right out there beautifully. Closes very nicely. Not sure what the pivot is. Feels like it might be ball bearings, but it doesn't say, unfortunately. Wish it did. Pocket clip, unfortunately, cannot be flipped. It's set for right hand tip up carry only. And you don't have any choice. You've got a lanyard hole. Back spacer is supposedly black G10. Stainless liners. As I said, the blade itself is D2 tool steel. So I've got reasonable hopes for it. It's not a bad price. Minimum advertised price is $52. So you know that's what you're going to find it at a lot of places such as my site, Amazon, Blade HQ, that sort of thing. And let's see how it does, shall we? Start, as always, piece of paper. And also, as always, this is straight out of the box. No touch-up. The fidget factor, as you can see, is fairly high. It's just fun. So let's see here. Good edge. Yeah, I like that. And see how it handles cardboard. Standard piece of corrugated cardboard. Start just by, yeah, goes through beautifully. Slice is okay once you get it through. Let's see how it does this way. Keep in mind, I'm cutting through some plastic here as well, so. A little bit of hard start, probably because of plastic in the label. Let's flip it over this way. Okay, once I get rid of that plastic and label, it's just shredding it like nobody's business. That's sweet. Let's see here. Hang package test. Starting to have problems getting these. I don't know what's going on, but just not finding the small bottles. Still finding the big bottles, just not finding small bottles available. But let's see. That was easy. Tip punched through beautifully. And it certainly cut that nicely. So far we're doing great. Let's see here. Paracord. There's the end. Did that nicely. Nicely. Let's see here. Small loop, we can just get the tip through, and it's 1, 2. Well, that's pretty sweet. Doing great so far. Let's see here. Next up is, of course, the heavy cowhide. This one would be great for making sheaths or chaps, gauntlets. Let's see if we can trim it a little bit before we get too far, because it's a little ragged. Not great, but okay. Let's see here. Let's flip ends. I'm having troubles keeping a hold of the leather here today. Okay. Once I get into the leather, it's cutting it nicely. I'm just having troubles holding on to the leather, so I'd have to say that that's cutting the leather a lot better than it looks. I just need to get a bigger piece of leather that will not flop around quite so much. That done with that, that's for sure. So, and paper, cardboard, a hang package. We've gotten the paracord leather. Yes, zip ties. And let's see how this does. So, right through, no problem on that. Let's see how it does if we're trying to trim. Again, right through. Beautiful. Let's see here. Piece of scrap lumber from my workshop. I want to see how it does if I'm chopping this thing. Yeah. If I hit when I hit it square with a knife, it chops pretty nicely. I'm having troubles hitting it square with a knife though. So, let's see here. Feathering up. Feathering up quite nicely. So, we'll see how it does batoning. Now, I know you're getting tired of hearing me say this, but it still needs to be said. Batoning with a pocket knife is rarely a good idea. That pivot point is going to provide a weakness that will give away sooner or later. But one time, just to see how the knife does, for a knife that is probably never going to be used like this again. Now, it took a little bit more than I was expecting, but it did the job. Considering that tip, let's try something else here. That's pretty sweet as well. So, and got a few marks on the blade, but you know what? A lot of them polished off quick and easy. Yeah, those marks go away quite nicely. So let's get that piece of paper out again. Make sure we didn't do any damage to the edge. I don't see any damage. I didn't feel any damage, but it doesn't look like I've done any damage to it. Very sweet. So there you go. The Swordfish. And it's available in a couple other colors besides blue and black. They've also got black and orange, black and I want to say tan, and what they call an olive green but looks kind of muddy brown to my eyes. Oh no. Yeah, this is for a knife coming in at under $75. This thing is very, very sweet. You can definitely consider this for your everyday need without any hesitation whatsoever. Well, it does have a little bit of jimping on the back of the blade, but not much. But, you know, jimping is actually right where my thumb is going to naturally hit, considering the size and shape of the handle, so can't complain about that either. So there you have it. Bestech Swordfish. Worst thing I can find to complain about is that you can't move the pocket clip. And if that's the only thing I've got to complain about for that short a period, I don't really have anything worth complaining about now, do I? But I hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned a little bit something about one of the newer knives from Bestech. You'll have to excuse me. I'm still losing my voice easily. I hate fall in a way. It's gorgeous out. I love the weather, but the pollen just raises hell with me. So, enough of my complaining. You didn't come here for that. You came here for the knife. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. I'll see you again next week. I'll leave you with a couple videos right over here that I think you might enjoy. And of course, you can always hit that target right there to subscribe. I hope you do. I hope even more that I see you next week. Take care now. Bye.